Hello everyone. Made a mistake already. We're back again for another Facebook Live. What I'm doing now is I just need a few minutes to share this around to all of our groups, and then I can go through all of the great questions I received today. If you do jump on, say hello and tell me how your day was. Brody, how are you? What are your plans for the weekend? I'm sure they're really extensive. Okay, so we are live. Brody is on. Okay, so we're going to start by sharing all the pages to all of the groups. So Break-Thru Active Cardiff. Share. Break-Thru Active Adamstown. Share. Break-Thru Active. Oof. Boot camp. We're there. Break-Thru Active. Yeah, me either, Brody. Although tomorrow morning I'm very excited. I'm going to shoot that live video with Bitch Nikki Holden McLaughlin. How are you? Thank you for your message today. It was very lovely. I hope you're well. Okay, don't distract me. Paige Cusson, how are you? How's Hayden? How are the kids? I saw your cute new dog. I'm very, very jealous. Okay, we're in the groups. Now we're going to all of the pages. 8 people on. How's your day, Nikki? How is the family? How is Gabby? Okay, don't distract me. I'm going through all of our pages. So Walls End, Warners Bay, 11 people on. Hey Nelly, how are you? You might be our most active person on these lives. It's great to see you online every night. Aileen, how are you? Okay, and just share this to our Curry page. Where is Curry? Alrighty. The bloody hell is it? There it is. Ellen, how are you? Turn the TV down. I can hear it. Hey Chelsea, how are you? Thank you for your feedback the other day about this live, Chelsea. I'm happy to help out. While you're on, guys, I've got lots of questions to go through. However, if anything confuses you about nutrition, anything at all, comment right now and I'm happy to answer it. Anything at all. Karen, I am really enjoying seeing all of your videos and photos with Rose. By the way, if you guys don't know this, Mark Zuckerberg would like me to spend money on these lives. So these spread far and wide in the Facebook world. If you like me, Mitch, Steve, Ryan, and Brody, all you need to do is just react to this video and give it a love heart. That tells Facebook that this is valuable content that people are enjoying, and it will spread far and wide organically. So like this video, give it a love heart. Nellie's in the spa, that's dangerous. Share this video, do us a favor. Okay, so I think we're on almost all the pages now. There's 14 people on. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's go to the news feed, see who's on. Karen asking a question about nutrition. Guys, I'm going to get started in about 2 minutes. I'm waiting for a few more people to jump on, and then I'm going to start going through all of your questions. Okay. How are your workouts with Rose, Karen? It's a big, beautiful driveway to work out from. It must be nice to go outside every now and again. Okay, we've got 14 people on. Who is actually on? If you're on here, guys, and you haven't liked or commented, it really isn't acceptable. I'm here on a Friday night with heaps of stuff to do, and I'm here to help you guys with nutrition. So like the video, share it, do us a favor. Gabby, how are you? I got a photo of you and your mum this morning. It made me happy. We love seeing your photos of you guys working out. As I said before, I'm going to start answering some of these questions right now. However, if you have any questions about nutrition, please ask away. Question number 1. What is the difference between a calorie and kilojoule? We get this question all the time. So basically, when you look at a nutrition package, it will say it will give you a reading. It will give you a reading in terms of the energy that is in that food. It's usually displayed as kilojoules or calories, or sometimes both. I like to operate in calories just because I've done that for a long period of time. However, if something is in kilojoules, you divide that number by 4.2, which equals calories. So the answer is the difference between a kilojoule and calorie is nothing. It is just the term of measurement they've used for that food. Okay, so a term of measurement used for that food, it's the same as a mile and a kilometer, or a foot and a meter, just a different term of measurement for food. Once again, the difference between a kilojoule and a calorie, you just divide kilojoules by 4.2, which will give you the number of calories. So for example, if something is 100 kilojoules, divide that by 4.2, it is roughly 25 calories. Okay, we have a question. What are your thoughts on whole food, plant-based, no oil eating? Well, Karen, my first question is what are your thoughts on that? And did you read that somewhere, or did you see it on a Netflix documentary, potentially The Game Changers? My thoughts on a whole food, plant-based, no oiled eating is it is not sustainable. It is not more beneficial for your health. It will not cure cancer. It will not help you live longer. Vegans, if you are doing it for moral reasons, if you are doing it because you're against animal agriculture, I couldn't respect that more. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing to do. However, in terms of actual health benefits, in terms of it improving your energy, improving your sleep, improving your strength, improving your body composition, it makes no difference. Karen, love it, been doing it for months. Karen, if you are doing it and it is working for you, then great. I am not anti any diet. I am pro any diet that is sustainable and maintainable long term. So the reason why vegans is healthier is typically they'll compare a vegan diet with someone's diet who is extremely overweight. For example, they will compare a Caesar salad to a double quarter pounder and chips, and obviously the Caesar salad is going to be more beneficial. However, if you compare the Caesar salad with a lean piece of high quality meat with vegetables, there's more health benefits in a lean piece of meat and vegetables than just the salad. If you lost 8 kilos, that's fantastic, Karen. That's great to hear. So what Karen has done is, by eating a plant-based diet, she has created a calorie deficit, which has helped her lose that weight. And that's why I'm pro any diet. Any diet, whether it is intermittent fasting, ketogenic, if it is in regards to vegan, vegetarian, if it helps you create that calorie deficit, you enjoy it, it's sustainable, and you can do it long term, then I am pro that diet. So that is, congratulations, Karen. Just make sure that you are getting all your vitamins and minerals. Anyone on a plant-based diet, I definitely recommend to pick up a vegan protein. Okay, Sam, what are your thoughts on gluten? Should we avoid it even if we are not intolerant? My thoughts on gluten, I'm gluten-free. I worked with a coach last year who helped me with my meal plan, and he advised to go gluten-free, and I did. And what I found from it was incredibly beneficial for me in regards to how I feel overall, and mainly my digestion. So if you eat bread, wheat, pasta, you get that bloated feeling after. That's a horrible feeling, and it definitely affects your performance throughout the day. However, if I stick to rice and potato and avoid wheat, I just generally feel much better. There are lots of studies in regards to gluten intolerance and pain and inflammation. That's the other thing. I still get little niggles, and they just don't heal well. And I found that going on a gluten-free diet, my joints felt better. This is all anecdotal. There isn't much evidence behind what I'm saying. Just like Karen's diet, it is a personal choice for me. If I was recommending you a meal plan, the meal plan I would recommend would contain very limited gluten. So for example, gluten once a week is fine. However, if you're smashing gluten 3 times a day, as well as dairy, it can lead to lots of issues around digestion, constipation, diarrhea, like bad sinuses with dairy I get. So once again, it's case by case basis. However, if I was to give a general recommendation, I would limit gluten when you can. And the other thing too is we live in such a great time, minus COVID-19, that any food that contains gluten, for example, bread, gluten-free bread is delicious. Wheat Bix, gluten-free Wheat Bix are delicious. If you have any kind of digestion issues, try and cut out gluten. I had a client about 3 months ago, her name was Ange, and she had really, really bad IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and she was in a lot of pain. And she had been to doctors, naturopaths, she couldn't solve the issue. We cut out gluten and she was fine within 2 weeks. However, Sam, I would not completely cut it out of your diet. So I told this story the other night. I went 44 days without gluten, leading up to my 30th birthday to try and get in the best shape of my life, which I did. However, the day after, I had a burger from Nui Burger Co., my favorite place in Newcastle, and I vomited. I was so physically ill. So I think that if you take anything out of your diet long term, I think when you reintroduce it, there is a chance you can be sick, which is why I prefer to limit gluten to once a week or when you eat out or special occasions as opposed to getting rid of it altogether. Nav, I've reduced my gluten and feel so much better. Not as bloated and just generally well. Yeah, I completely agree, Nav. I think most people are somewhat gluten intolerant. They just don't know it. And once they cut it out, they don't realize just how they were always bloated. The first time I discovered this was actually when I was in Thailand. So I was in Thailand and I was just having pad thais and massaman curries and red duck curries. And I felt phenomenal. And the one thing that aren't in those dishes is gluten. So that's when I first discovered, hey, I might be somewhat intolerant. Aileen Rose, everything in moderation to be sustainable, all about balance. I couldn't agree more. Just like Karen losing 8 kilos, that's great for her. If you like gluten, eat gluten. If you don't like gluten, don't eat gluten. There is no right or wrong answer in regards to nutrition. It's more what is sustainable long term and what is your goal. So if you are trying to lose body fat and you are in a calorie deficit, if you have gluten or you don't have gluten, it is not going to directly affect your fat loss. However, indirectly it can affect it because if you have gluten, you might not feel as well, then you might not train as well, if that makes sense. So once again, if you are in a calorie deficit and you have gluten or not gluten and you eat the same amount of food, directly it won't affect your fat loss. However, indirectly, if you don't feel good, then you might train poorer, you might sleep poorer. So once again, you need to work out what's best for you, and that just comes with experimentation. So if you need help with that, send me a message and I'm happy to help. Okay, question number 2 I got from Beth Bentley this morning, and the question was, are protein shakes bad for children? Absolutely not. I'll reference Aileen's comment, everything in moderation to be sustainable. Her question was, she was making protein pancakes and would that protein affect her children's digestion? And the answer is, her children's health. And the answer is absolutely not. Hey Tanya, how are you? Ask a question. The idea that protein shakes are bad came from 15 years ago when people thought that taking protein powder instantly made you build muscle, if only, or that protein shakes affect your kidneys. That's if you, all those statements that you hear that protein will affect your kidneys, that's if you're having stupid amounts, like we're talking 10, 15 scoops a day. And even with that, that will take months and months and months of abuse to occur any damage, let alone the quarter of a scoop that will be dished out in a whole serving of protein pancakes. So protein shakes are fantastic. I wouldn't say fantastic, but children can have protein powder if you give it to them. Question number 3, are Man Shakes good? So Man Shakes is a weight loss shake. Are Man Shakes good? I'm going to say that Man Shakes are good if you understand the principle behind why they work. So if the Man Shake has helped you lose weight, it is not because the Man Shake's magical. It is because you've replaced... Hey Keith, how are you, mate? Oh, lost alive. It's been years and years and years since I've seen your name. I hope things are well. I hope Snap Tugger is well. I'm sure it's closed too. A man shake's good. Man shakes are good if you understand the principle behind why they're good. So the man shakes aren't magical. The man shake doesn't help you lose body fat. However, if you replace a 500 calorie meal with a man shake that's 200 calories, therefore you have eaten 300 less calories. If you are trying to lose weight, the man shake can help you lose weight. My problem with the man shake and any other kind of weight loss supplement is they're marketed so the consumer believes that they are responsible for the weight loss. So when you eventually come off the man shake and you put weight back on, you think, oh, I'm not taking the man shake, I better start drinking it again. Question number 4, I'm going to put on 100 kilos in isolation, lol. My advice for not putting on weight during this period is we are allowed outside to exercise. So head out for a walk, try and get your step count as high as possible, or your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Clean the house, mow the lawn, just be as active as possible while you can in isolation, and do our 11 home workouts. Not to mention every single week. Hey Gareth, how are you, mate? Every single week on YouTube, there's going to be 11 more videos to watch. So therefore, come week 4 of isolation, you're going to have 44 workouts to choose from. Just rotate, be sensible, watch what you eat and eat sensibly, and you're going to be fine. Question number 5, pre-workout makes me feel dizzy. 2 types of pre-workouts. One pre-workout, the majority of pre-workouts are 2 types, sorry. They're usually stim-based, which means they have a lot of caffeine. I'm going to say that's what's making you feel dizzy. And the other type are ones that help with, what's the word I'm looking for, that help with the transportation of blood. So there is a pre-workout that helps expand your arteries and veins, so more blood goes into your muscles, which helps you get a better, it's called a pump. You get more blood into your muscles, and it can help with building muscle. But yeah, I would definitely choose a non-stim pre-workout. So a pre-workout without caffeine, then a pre-workout with caffeine. However, if you do use pre-workouts with caffeines, I would use them in moderation. Have 1 scoop, or maybe even start with half a scoop. Don't just have 1 scoop. You feel good, then there's no effect, and then you have 2 scoops, and there's no effect. Then you have 3 scoops, and there's no effect. And before all of a sudden you're having 4 scoops, and that is nothing short of a caffeine addiction problem. So I myself, I used to use pre-workout like nothing else. Mitch actually quit pre-workout altogether because he felt like he could not exercise without it. That's an addiction. And Ryan is still addicted, and we're trying to help him get off it. Okay, question number 5, I'm hungry and bored, help. So when you are hungry and you are bored, I'll address the first thing. If you're hungry, well, first of all, how much food are you eating? How are you structuring your meal plan? Are you having 3 big meals? Are you having 5 smaller meals? Are you having 7 even smaller meals? You need to structure your meal plan and your meal frequency and your meal typing to ensure that you're not getting hungry throughout the day. So just make sure when you structure that meal plan, you account for things during the day. So for example, I will try and push my meals to the back half of the day because that's when I'm more likely to be hungry and bored. On the bored side, if I am hungry and I'm bored and I've eaten all my food for the day, or I'm waiting till my next meal, I will often head out for a walk. I'll grab my dogs and whip around the block for half an hour. I'll clean the house. I hate cleaning. I'll just do anything to keep my hands busy so I'm not hungry and bored. If you're hungry and bored, structure with your meal plans and just try and be as busy as possible so you're not thinking about food. Okay, everyone says carbs are bad except you. That's true. So everyone does say carbs are bad except you. I don't think carbs are bad. Ryan, Steve, and Brody and Mitch, we all eat carbohydrates. Carbs are not the devil. Carbs do not make you put on fat. Carbs do not make you insulin resistance. Carbs are fine. Like a carbohydrate is the same as a protein or a fat, the other macronutrients. If you eat the right amount, They can be certainly beneficial. They can give you energy. They contain vitamins and minerals. They contain fiber. Carbohydrates are really, really good. So at one point we were to believe that fat was pure evil, and then we had all those low-fat foods come out. Then all of a sudden obesity kept rising and the fat was taken out, so now carbohydrates must be the devil, and now we have low-carb foods. Back to Aileen's comment, which is my favorite comment of every live so far. Everything in moderation has to be sustainable. It's all about balance. The idea that a banana, which is a carbohydrate, will make you fat or make you overweight is ridiculous. The idea that an apple or a mango or blueberries or strawberries or cereal or bread will make you overweight is ridiculous. Any food that's overconsumed, whether it's a carbohydrate, fat, or protein, will make you put on weight in the exact same way. All right, so carbs are not the devil. I eat a lot of carbohydrates. I really like carbohydrates. In fact, I eat a lot more carbohydrates than I do fat. That's by personal preference. When I know Mitch will have more almonds and macadamias and avocado and peanut butter. He prefers to have more fat. So it's your choice. Do you like bread, potato, rice, and fruit? Or do you like almonds, macadamias, avocado? And then you choose whether you like to have more carbohydrates in your diet or more fat. Question number 7, is diet soft drink okay? Diet soft drink is certainly okay in moderation. There was a lot of evidence, there was lots of media attention towards one chemical called aspartame, which is supposed to give you brain cancer. It is not true. It has not been proven. It was tested on rats once in extreme doses. So I drink Pepsi Max almost every day. I know Ryan and Steve drink Pepsi Max. So once again, Pepsi Max is a tool that I use in my meal plan to satisfy my sweet tooth, or going back to being bored and hungry. If I'm eating at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock and it's 2:30 and I want to eat or drink something, a Pepsi Max is a good idea. However, same as gluten, same as anything, if it leaves you bloated, distended, you don't feel well, then I'd try and limit it as best you can. Even Diet Cordial, there's lots of low calorie drinks that are a good option if you need one and you have that sweet tooth. Aileen Rose, brushing your teeth helps when you want a snack. Absolutely. So after your dinner, if you brush your teeth straight away, or if you have like mouthwash, it can certainly do that. Brushing your teeth and having mouthwash is the same as walking your dogs or cleaning the house. It is just getting your mind off food so that you're not feeling hungry or that you don't want a snack. Okay guys, I've been on for 22 minutes. That's enough of me tonight. So what we're gonna do, guys, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m, Mitch is doing a live E-Mom workout. So every minute on the minute. For example, it might be 4 burpees. It might be 1 burpee for minute 1, 2 burpees at minute 2, 3 minute 3, all the way up to 16 or 17, depending on how many you can complete. The reason why Saturdays are an EMOM is you guys can follow along. It's fun, it's interactive. In between your reps, you can comment on this Facebook Live and our streams. And overall, it is the perfect way to start the weekend. And let's be clear, there is nothing else to do. So 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, I will see you with Mitchell. Have a great night. Thanks.